In previous tutorial, we saw some of the test case design techniques such as boundary value analysis and equivalence class partitioning. In this tutorial, we will see some of more video, some of more test case design techniques. So let us start.
Decision table based testing. This type of software testing technique depends on combination of inputs or events to trigger particular output condition. For example, suppose that there is submit button in the form and it should be enabled only if three fields are filled, or in simple words we can say that a submit button should be enabled only after user has entered some value in all the required fields in the form. In the given form we have three different fields and name of the fields are name field, mail field and message field, and unless and until all these fields are filled with the appropriate value, and only then submit button gets enabled after all these three fields are filled with appropriate values. We can make decision table based on the above information, and from rule number 1 to rule number 7 we can see that at least one among name, email and message fields are false, as a result of which submit button is also appearing as false, which means disabled. And in rule number 8 we can clearly see that we have all name, email and message field showing as true, which means it has filled, and as a result of which submit button is also being shown as true, which means that it has been enabled. So advantage of making such decision table is that sometimes testers or testing professionals are unable to identify all the conditions, and they sometimes forget miss a particular test case, which is not an ideal condition for testing. Next comes state transition. This is also testing technique in which state of the application under test changes after there is change in input condition. Let us understand it with the help of an example. Let us suppose that we are entering username and password field in banking website, and we very well know that in almost all the banking websites they provide three attempts to provide valid username and password. If in first attempt you are entering valid username, that means you are in access granted state, which you can see in the table. Which is denoted by S5. And if you enter incorrect pin in first attempt, then you are prompted to go for second attempt. If you are entering correct pin in second attempt, you will go into S5 state, which is access granted state. And if you are entering incorrect pin, then you will go to you will be asked to enter, go for third attempt, which is S4. And in third attempt also, if you enter correct pin, then you go in S5 state, which means access granted. And even in third attempt you enter incorrect pin, then you go in S6 state, which means that your account is blocked and you will no longer be able to log into the web application, banking web application. Last one is error guessing testing technique. As the name itself is suggesting, it is based on error guessing, and we very well know that for error guessing we should have experience of testing similar application where tester very well knows the problematic part of application and can design test cases accordingly, so that any user who is executing the test cases and testing the application can very well execute those test cases and prevent the error from occurring. Conclusion: software testing techniques are very important for designing test cases, and it allows us to cover all the possible test cases without missing any important test case. Thank